everyone. My name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States, which is now 11 a.m. in Australia because of the US going the daylight savings thing. Or I think it's still 1 a.m. in the UK, but I could be wrong. Remember though, if you missed the live streams, you can watch the catch-up event streams on a Friday and Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific time in the US, which is now 8 a.m. in Australia, or I think it's still 10 p.m. in the UK. Just remember, it's always Pacific Standard Time when I stream, which is 5 p.m. in the US and 2 p.m. in the US. Smurfberry Barbecue, blarg to you, honk to you as well, and beep to you, Android Lust. And Galen, it's good to see you. It's good to see all you guys. I hope you're all well. My apologies if I sound a little nasally. I picked up a cold. I always do. When they send me into the middle of nowhere, going from 55 degrees Celsius back to Melbourne's 18 degrees Celsius, I always end up getting like a head cold. So if I have to cough, I will try and mute my mic. I'll try. You're glad I'm back, Android Lust? Well, I'm glad I'm back too. I missed you guys. I missed streaming actually. I didn't realise just how much I like streaming until I couldn't do it. And yeah, and I miss Melbourne as well because I hate going into the middle of the desert. It's terrible. You guys would have seen the photos that I posted to Twitter. I didn't post them on Discord, but I posted some photos to my Twitter account of the mine site that I was at. So if anyone's interested, you can check them out on my Twitter page. It was a gold mine, so security was pretty high. You would be surprised. This mine in the middle of nowhere with all these security people, because it was a gold mine though. Like normally they send me out to nickel or iron ore mines, but this one being a gold mine, lots of security. Galen says fighting a head cold and allergy combo at the moment. Well, I feel for you, Galen, because I'm fighting this head cold as well. It's not nice. In fact, I'm just going to pop one of these lozenges in while I try and talk to you guys, just to sort of ease my throat a little bit. Android Lust says, did they give you some free gold for a... I wish they gave me some free gold, Android Lust. Man. No free samples, unfortunately. Would have been nice. Nope, none of that. And I didn't ask. What are we doing? That's all right, we're working on that. My apologies for talking to you while I'm sucking on this lozenger. We're working on that Temple of the Wind, and we're nearly finished it. I want to finish the modelling stage today, so tomorrow we can jump straight into doing some texturing in Substance Painter. I'm also going to be keeping an eye on my OBS because my potato internet, you guys know what it's like. We did get transcoding eventually. It took 3 goes, but we got there. Actually, my stream was a little late to start because I had the wrong IP, the wrong network adapter bound to OBS. Now, don't ask me how that happened because I didn't change any settings in it or anything. But I opened OBS up, hit the start streaming button, and it kept telling me it couldn't connect. So I had to close OBS down, go into my task manager, close down the processes of OBS still running in the background because for whatever reason, when you close OBS down, it doesn't close down the processes it was running. And that took a couple of minutes. And then I thought, it kept saying, unable to connect, unable to connect. So I went into the settings and there's a setting in OBS called bind to IP. And it wasn't bound to the right IP because I've got 2 network cards in my machine. It was bound to the wrong one. The one that doesn't have internet access, the one that I use to stream NDI over. So there you go. That's the reason I was a little bit late. Well, the stream was a bit late starting. Edo, it's good to see you, Edo. How are you? But it is good to see all you guys and girls. I'm glad you remembered that I'm still streaming after a week away. Yes, and just for those people that aren't in the United States, it's probably going to affect Asia more than it affects Europe or US. Because I work on Pacific Standard Time, which is US time, My stream always starts at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But that means when the US go into daylight savings or exit daylight savings, it's going to change for you other people around the world, particularly in Asia. So if you're in Australia, it's an hour earlier until April when we finish daylight savings. And then it's going to be another hour earlier again in this country, but no difference to the US. If you're in the US, it's always 5 p.m. Pacific time when I stream. Okay, so what were we doing? That's right. We're working on this. And we, I think, got up to, we were texturing the line. I just want to double check that we textured the line correctly. So I'm just going to isolate him and we're going to throw down a checker pattern so I can test the UV map. And I think it'll be pretty good. I have a couple of texture lines through the back here, but because the line is up so high, we're never going to see that. And with Substance Painter, we should be able to hide it anyway. But apart from that, I think our texture map looks okay. I don't see any glaring problems. It's nice and even. We might have a little bit of stretching over the nose, but not too much. It's not too bad. Aside from that, looks cool. Okay, now what I'm going to start to do here is, as we UV map the pieces up, most of them are done, I'm just going to start assigning a plain white texture. It'll just make it easy then for me to know which parts I've got to texture up. We're on white, yes, good. Okay, so what we're going to do here is, instead of me texturing up the three different step pieces, I'm going to UV map just this one piece and then I'm going to duplicate it around to the other two and around to those kit bash pieces as well. It's just quicker and easier. As far as the number of texture maps go though, we might do what we did with the Baroque Terrace, where instead of creating one texture map here and using it again here, I might create two separate texture maps here using the same UV mapping. Probably. Just so we get some variation, so when we use the model, you can't see that we're reusing the same texture map again and again. And we might actually do three. That way I can alter it around a little bit so people won't notice. Because I don't want to texture map up each piece differently. We're just going to end up with too many textures. But I don't want too few that people notice that we're reusing the same texture between the two columns. The same goes for these little columns here as well. I'll probably do three and just mix and match. That's the plan anyway. Okay. So, this one. I'm just not sure. Oh, this one is texture mapped as well. It's just a copy of this texture map here using an unwrap. So they're done. Let's make sure we assign a plain texture to that. Just watching OBS. Okay, now I think we texture mapped up. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to isolate this section and ungroup it. Open the group, I should say. Yes, we texture mapped this one up so we can assign that plain color. Yes, we texture map this one up so we can assign that plain color. And now we didn't texture those up yet, but let's keep going down. And we texture map that, so let's assign that a plain color. Pardon me. My lozenge does nothing. Always remember too, if you've got any questions, guys and girls, please feel free to pop into chat and ask me. If you just want to pop in and say hello, that's always welcome, but if all you want to do is watch, that's completely fine. Okay, texture map, texture mapped. We know that they're texture mapped, but I don't think we've done any of these yet. And I don't think the steps are either. Let's collapse our stack. So let us texture map the steps. Let's send that over to Rhizome UV. You guys hear that the new version of ZBrush has been released? ZBrush 2019, and they went to a subscription model. Wow. Shock, horror, surprise. Not that you care, Smurfberry. Yeah, ZBrush 2019 Android Lust says, yep, they released it. I do actually have it. I did install it. Not that I like ZBrush, but, you know, I've got it anyway. As far as my playing with it, I haven't played with it very much, but there doesn't seem to be... I know they added new features to it, but I haven't used those new features in it yet. We will be taking these steps into ZBrush, but I generally send the steps through to ZBrush using Gauze, but I'm not going to do that because I haven't... Since I've installed 2019 of ZBrush, I haven't reinstalled Gauze into Max. The reason I haven't done that is because I'm waiting for Autodesk to release Max 2020, which is due to be released at the end of this month or next month. To decide whether I want to upgrade to 2020, if there's anything worthwhile upgrading to it for. And if I do, then I will then I'll reinstall Gauze. So for these steps, I think what we're going to probably end up doing is I'm just going to export it as an OBJ or an FBX file. We'll bring it into Gauze that way. Sorry, we'll bring it into ZBrush that way. So let's texture this one up. Let's try this one here. I know we've got some Z fighting here. That's because that's a very thin polygon, but that's actually hidden inside of the columns. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. Apart from that, I think this is okay. So let's send it back to Max. Yeah, again, this plugin is free, so I can't bitch, but it's really buggy, really buggy. Maybe it's because I'm not running Max as an admin as well. Who knows? That's okay. We can do it this way. We can select our steps, throw it in an unwrap, copy that modifier. We should be able to paste it onto this one. Let's just double check our UV map. Yep, and that's fine. So we can delete this one. Yeah, I know. Android Lost says it just flipped your stairs. Yeah, again, it's the plugin. It's not Rhizome UV doing it. It's this plugin here. The guy that created it hasn't updated it in quite a while, and Rhizome UV has been updated by quite a bit since he released this. So, unless I want to rewrite his plugin for him, I'm just going to have to put up with it, unfortunately. It doesn't happen all the time either, which is really weird, but it could be because I'm not running Max as an admin. Maybe I should start running Max as administrator. It might help. Who knows? Let's assign a plain texture. Let's make sure we select something so we can assign a plain texture. Okay, now I don't think we've done the, no we haven't. We haven't done these railings yet, so I'm just going to isolate them. Pardon me. Are we grouped or anything? No, good. Let's attach these together. And we will send it to Rhizome and see if it behaves itself. For this one, let's try the first option, I think. And double check that. Let's just turn off those yellow lines so we can see it a little bit better. This should work for what we want. Let's send it back. Yep, it's done the same thing again. Incredibly annoying. Still, it's faster doing it this way than me exporting the model by hand and re-importing it, so we can live with it. Good. Now we can delete this one. And let's assign that plain color to it. Wow. Let's select it first, that would help. Okay, now we can unhide it. Alright. Now these decorative pieces here, I want to remove the one in the corner. So, I'm going to throw an edit poly down. And let's select the ones here on the end that we don't want. So we don't want those ones. And we don't want those ones. Okay. Let's collapse that stack. Sorry guys, I'm just Looking at some stuff that work has sent through. Okay, let's double check our unwrap on this. I think we already unwrapped it. Yep. So let's assign that plain color. Okay, now that's interesting. What's going on there? I think we might just have the one that we use to actually do the sweep. I think that's what that is. Yep. So let's remove that one. Okay, I think this is UV mapped. Yes, so let's assign that plain color. So that one is, this one should be 2. Yes. Should have told work I was too sick to get email. How do you reckon that would have gone down? Okay. So what have we got left for UV map? These are the lem pieces here. Again, we should be able to use the same UV map, but I'm going to create a couple of versions of that texture map that are different. Okay, this one is UV mapped. Yep. Does that mean this one is 2? Yes, good. And this one, good. And this one, good. Okay, let's assign that plain white texture. Alright, so they're all UV mapped. Now I've just got to worry about the columns. So let's do that. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to attach all the red pieces together as one object. One UV map, that is. So let's just start selecting them so I can isolate them and we can attach them. No, I don't want to select all of that. Just making sure I got them all. Let's isolate it to double check. Sniper Girl, thank you for the sub. 14-month subscription, wow. You are absolutely awesome, Sniper Girl. And hello to you too. Sorry, I'm not watching my chat, am I? Too caught up in what I'm doing. How are you, Sniper Girl? How's everything going with your mum? Is your mum okay? I know last time we spoke, she was having some problems. I hope she's well. I hope you're well. I hope you're not stressed or anything. Thank you for the 14-month subscription. You are absolutely awesome. I do appreciate it when you guys sub to me, so thank you. Just for Android Dust says 3D work never stops. That's exactly right. At least where my studio is, well, my studio, where the studio I work for is concerned anyway, yes. The Sniper Girl says she's doing well. She's in rehab currently, looking like the worst is behind her. Well, that's wonderful news. I'm relieved. Because it's always very stressful when a friend is ill. Again, one of my friends has to have a stent put in his heart, and he's a bit nervous about that, and that's a bit stressful for me as well because he's nervous about it. It's somebody I've known for a long time. When I used to live in Queensland, we both lived in Queensland, so I've known him for a long time. Yeah, so it's never nice when you got to go to hospital for anything, but I'm glad she's doing well. She's in rehab. Good stuff. And I'm glad you're doing well as well, Sniper Girl. And I saw the images actually. Let's have my phone is ringing. Bet you that's work. Because my mobile is on, but it's on mute, so they have my home number as well. I don't know if you guys can hear the phone in the background. It's pretty soft, but it's ringing. I'm just going to ignore it. I'm going to ignore it. You guys have my full attention, sort of. Pardon me. I've got this cold, so I'm just going to mute the mic occasionally to cough. I don't want you guys to hear me cough because I can't stand it if I'm watching somebody and they're coughing away. Or if I'm listening, I should say, to someone and they're coughing away. Or eating. I hate it when people, you know that lip smacking noise people make when they eat? Ugh. Ugh. I'm watching a streamer and they're eating and they're making that noise. It gives me goosebumps. I hate it. Ew. Nasty. So yeah, I got the head cold coming from that 55-degree desert back to 18 degrees in Melbourne. That's Celsius, by the way, not Fahrenheit, guys and girls. Okay, let's attach these pieces together. Stop that. What you doing to me? Sniper Girl says, what did you think with the detail that I added to the plough? I love it all. I think it all looked great. I saw the detailing, the welding and stuff you put in around the metalwork as well. That was looking really cool. The plough looks really cool. The razor thing you're putting on the wheels, again, really cool. We will check out that, and Smurfberry Barbecue as well, because Smurfberry is working on this really cool alien plant model, even though he posted it in general chat and not in the gallery. Naughty Smurfberry. And you are right, Smurfberry, I had a look as well. You can't actually move messages in Discord. I thought you could, but you can't. As mods, even I can't do it as the server owner. You can delete them, but you can't move them. Yeah, I was in hell, Sniper Girl. Again, go on my Twitter. Anyone that doesn't know where I've just been for work, the studio sends me to mine sites in Australia in the middle of the Australian desert, where it's like 55 degrees Celsius because, you know, it's Australia. And it does. It looks like hell. It's this red earth. It's really hot. There's nothing for hundreds of miles because it's the middle of a desert. Yeah, and they sent me to this gold mine. At the studio I work for, I work in ArchViz at the moment. Used to work in film and games. But we also do stuff for mining companies. So because I do photogrammetry, they send me to all the mine sites to send the drone up to do the measurements for their slag piles and stuff, which are just big piles of rock that they've pulled out of the ground. We'll get this done and then we'll check out those images, guys and girls. But just let me attach these together and UV map it, and then we'll check out your work from the Discord. Now, again, if anyone doesn't know, you can join the Discord server just by typing !Discord in Twitch chat, clicking on the blue graphic in my panels below my stream, or clicking on that link I just popped into chat. There's a gallery section there where you can show off your work, and I love looking at the stuff you guys are making. It's one of the reasons I'm on Twitch, is to encourage you people, guys and girls, to do 3D yourselves, because it's fun, and to look at the work you're doing. Okay. Alrighty, so I thought this was group, but that's actually part of the larger group, I think. So what we're going to do, I bet you that's the problem with this Ryzen plugin. It's because I'm exporting stuff that's within a group. Let's test my theory, shall we? I'm just going to go out of that. I'm going to select our group here, and I'm going to ungroup it. I'm going to close the group and then ungroup it. There we go. Now let's send this over to Ryzen using the plugin, and let's see if it complains when we send it back. Yes, that's right. He put it in the wrong location, Sniper Girl. He put his You put it in general chat and not in gallery. You guys know I've bitched about that before. I've bitched about you guys talking in the gallery when you should be talking in general chat. Now we have the opposite. It's okay, it's fine. You don't have to move it, Smurfberry. I'll give you some leeway as one of the mods. You'll get a pass. Just for you, Smurfberry, though. The plant is looking amazing, Sniper Girl. It is, and I will show the work in 2 secs. I'll just UV map this piece up. Smurfberry says, could be better though. I'm having serious problems with it. I need a professional who knows what they're doing with materials and shaders. What problem are you having? Not suggesting I'm a professional, but what problem are you having, Smurfberry? I'm going to... Let me go to... My apologies, I know you can't see what I'm doing off screen here, it's just... I'm looking at some stuff that work sent through. But they're marked urgent, by the way. Otherwise I wouldn't care. But they've told me it's urgent. Which is probably why they called my home phone. They generally don't. If they can't get me on the mobile, they generally leave me alone. What is that? What was I doing? Oh, that's right. I told you, I can't multitask. Sniper Girl says they send you to hell and then send you emails when you get back and mark it. Yeah, no, that's right. They send me to the middle of nowhere. They give me a head cold because of the temperature changing. And then as soon as I get back, they start sending me urgent emails saying respond immediately. Smurfberry says, so I found this cool material function built into the editor called Spiral Blur. And I'm using it to blur the inner mesh as seen through the outer mesh to simulate translucency. Okay. Smurfberry says, but it doesn't transmit the emissive channel. Are you talking about UE4 or are you talking about something else? Are you talking about UE4? I'm assuming maybe? Because I think Smurfberry's images are from the model inside of the Unreal Engine 4. From memory. UE4, okay. This spiral blur that you're talking about, I'm not familiar with it either. I haven't used it in UE4. But you're using it to blur the inner mesh as seen through the outer mesh to simulate translucency. Why are you using it to blur the... Why are you blurring the mesh? Yeah, why are you blurring the mesh to begin with? You're using it to blur the inner mesh as seen through the outer mesh to simulate translucency. Why are you not doing translucency through a texture as opposed to trying to blur a mesh? Oh, tissue depth. Okay. Okay, alright, yep, I understand. I still think it might be easy to do it through a texture and like using like modifying a skin sort of shader inside of UE4 to try and do it that way as opposed to maybe blurring the mesh. Yeah, I understand. The deeper something is, Smurfberry says, the less clear it will be. Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just wondering if it might be easier to do it using some type of skin shader inside of UE4 as opposed to doing it trying to blur a mesh. Again, I'm not familiar with this spiral blur that you're using. Oh, okay. Smoper is saying a skin shader wouldn't have parallax to its depth. No, it wouldn't. I might have to look up what this spiral blur is, actually. I won't do it right now, but I might, after the stream, see if I can find out some information about it. Let's UV map this thing up, shall we? Work, I tell you. They wait. It's like email after email after email. Please respond. Please respond. They can wait. They're probably watching me and cursing me as we speak. The directors are probably watching me in the studio saying, "Look at him, ignoring us. He knows that we want to talk to him." This is a complex piece of geometry. It's just going to take UV unwrap a little while to work out where the cuts should be. Sniper Girl says, yeah, they probably watch it. I bet you they are. I mean, they know I stream because I asked once, you guys wanted me to see if I could stream the stuff I work on at work on Twitch. So I did ask them and they said no. So they do know I stream. So, and they have told me that they do occasionally tune into the stream. No pressure. No, I don't want to call them. Sniper Girl, no, it's fine. It is fine. They can wait. They allow me to work from home, which I much appreciate, but they do know that I will respond to them. I'm very reliable, but in my time, not in theirs. I know that sounds terrible because they're my employer and they pay me, but they understand that I have many things that I have to do at home, not just the stuff for them. So they'll be okay with me waiting until the end of the stream for a couple of hours. I'll be fine. It will be fine. You watch, I'll be streaming tomorrow saying, I got the sack. No, it won't. I'm pretty sure I won't anyway. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's all good. Smebry says, I mean, there might be a way to do parallax like on a single mesh instead of using two meshes. Add a translucent material to see the inside mesh through the outer mesh. Well, yes, there would be. You can actually do parallax with a material. I don't know why because I did that house in the hollow that we did, you know, the Art Deco ceilings? The ones downstairs, they were all done using parallax mapping in a material. So, again, I don't know about doing it with a skin shader, but the shader I created for those ceilings definitely was parallax mapped. Just saying. Smeppery says, but I do not have the qualifications to do that. It's not hard to do parallax mapping. They make it incredibly easy in UE4 in the material editor. There's even a node for it called parallax map. Let's try this first unwrap here and let's see what that gives us. Smeppery says yes, but all of the textures would need parallax. Yes. Yes, they would. Smebry says albedo, roughness, emissive, alpha, all of them. No. At least not when I did it. You didn't need parallax mapping for your roughness, metallic, or any of that. You only assigned the parallax map once to the texture node. So you've got your texture node, which has your diffuse, your roughness, your metallic, transparent, whatever. You just hook the parallax up to that node. You don't need to create parallax maps for each of those textures. No problem, Sniper Girl. Let's pack this map and let's see what it's already created something I don't like here. I don't know what's going on. I'm just waiting for it to pack. So no, you shouldn't need parallax map for each of them, just for the one texture node which has all of those in it. I'm just going to throw down a checker map here. I want to see what it's done. That's terrible mapping. Let's undo all of that. And let's try this one here. Okay, let's give it an unwrap. and a pack. And that's much better. Let's get rid of the yellow lines. Well, we're getting a little bit of stretching here with a slightly red area, but not enough that it's going to be a problem. It should be fine. Let's send that back to max. Let's see if we get that error. No error. There you go. So, what have we learned? If you're using Risum UV and you're using this free plugin, don't have your objects inside of a group. It'll freak the plugin out. The guy that wrote the plugin, he could make an exception for that, I'm pretty sure, pretty easily in the script if he wanted to. But yep, that's the issue. So if you're getting that issue, make sure you're not sending stuff as part of a group. Make sure that the object is ungrouped. Smippery says, well, I'm kind of a monkey with a typewriter. Look, I can look. Well, I actually don't think I have UE4 installed at the moment since I upgraded the machine and reinstalled Windows. I haven't reinstalled UE4 because I'm not doing a project at the moment needing it. But I do want to come back to that House in the Hollow, turn it into a game, not just a cinematic. So I will reinstall UE4 at some stage. Otherwise, I would open it up and look at my my mapping. But I'm sure we can work it out. Smurfberry, between you, me, and the doorpost, or somebody else on the Discord server, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. It's not difficult. Doing parallax mapping in UE4 is not that hard. I'm just going to assign a plain texture to this. I'm going to collapse the stack, throw down and unwrap UVW, double check our mapping. That's good. Good amount of texture space being used. UV space, I should say, being used. You know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. Just going to turn off map seams because I hate seeing those green lines. I'm just going to assign this plain color to this so we know it's texture mapped. Okay, now I'm going to copy the UV across to the other. Am I, or am I not? Let's wait. We'll tackle this column in a minute. Let's have a look at the work that these guys have been talking about that they posted in the Discord server, and we'll start with Smurfberry Barbecue's plant because we've been talking about it so much. I did something I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. I'm just going to copy the link. And we'll open it up in Microsoft Edge and check it out. Now, again, anyone that doesn't know me or who I am or what I do, you can go to phildoes3d.com. You can read up on me there, look at my portfolio, look at my gallery, go to my art station, all that sort of stuff. Or visit my shop if you're so inclined, because I do sell my work on my store. This looks amazing, Smurfberry Barbecue. I really, really love it. Very nice. Actually, I might just pull it back a little bit because it's being hidden by me. Yeah, texturing looks... I love the texturing here on this base piece. It looks great. Really nice. So alien organic, but very organic still. Even though the colour is not a normal organic colour, it looks really amazing. I love it. Oh, you uploaded newer in the gallery? Okay, let me have a look. So you remember to put it in the right spot this time. Edo looks... What have we posted, Edo? Well, what is that you posted, Edo, in the art station here in the gallery? I'll check that out in 2 secs as well. I just want to check this plant out from Smurfberry Barbecue first. Again, I'm just going to zoom in. And the other one. And let's zoom in. Okay, let's go back to the first one. Yeah, it's looking amazing, Smurfberry. I love it. Love it. Particularly these base pieces here, these blue and teal coloured, purpley coloured base pieces. They look amazing. I love them. I've seen your concept art and you've matched the concept art really well. My only critiques, take them as friendly, is I'd add a bit more variation in the red, just so the colour doesn't look quite so flat. So like add a darker burgundy red somewhere in amongst it, so it just looks a bit more organic as well. And these central pieces here, I'm just not sure whether you're not finished shading them up or not. But yeah, they look amazing. And the pod here, which is closed, looks amazing too. And this is from the back, so we can see the emission a little bit better, emissive material a little bit better. But yeah, my only critique, like I said, would be I'd add a bit, if it was me, just my opinion, I'd add a couple of variations of the red colour just to give it a bit more of an organic look. And yeah, I'm just not sure what's happening with the shader there. Cookie, it's good to see you, Cookie. How are you? Edo says, no, you're not, Cookie. I hope you're well, Cookie. I've just got back from being sent to the middle of nowhere, so I've got a bit of a head cold, so if I sound a little bit nasally, that's the reason why. Mercury says, far left is purely alpha, far right is spiral blur. Okay, are we talking about this image, Smokery Barbecue? So you're saying that the far right, which is this one, is a spiral blur. Okay. The far left is purely alpha. Far right, spiral blur. And the middle is a hybrid of the two. I prefer this to this. I think this looks much more organic because you can see into it more than this one. I don't mind this. Like I can see, you've got I can see through the mesh. But having said that, I still like this. I think this looks great. This looks to me as good as this. I mean, a little bit more transparent, but you could fix that by changing the transparency map to get it to look more like this one if you wanted to. So if the spiral blur is giving you problems, I like the look of this. I'd fix it in the texture, in the material. Android Lust says the emissive is nice on it. It is nice, I agree. Yeah, and you lose the emissive too on this one as well. You don't see the emissive texture inside as much. The same, maybe the angle here is a bit different, but the same with this one. I can see the emissive much more clearly on this one here. Smokery says, don't worry Phil, the textures are barely even started. You're good? How's Phil? No, Phil is good apart from this cough, which if I mute my mic occasionally, guys, that's the reason why. I'm just saving you all from me coughing into my microphone. So yeah, I got a bit of a head cold, a bit of a cough because of coming from such extreme temperatures so quickly. But apart from that, I'm good. Apart from work constantly sending me emails saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. Everything else is good. So Smoker is saying the problem is that the alpha only on the far left is too sharp on the inside. The specular is too sharp. Everything inside has too much detail. I don't think you could ever have too much detail. But again, that's because of the opacity map you're using. You can knock it back to look more like this by just changing the grayscale value in your opacity. Easy to do in the material, Snowberry. So if that's your only concern, then that's an easy fix. Cookie says, "Is that a render or real time?" He's done it. This is in UE4, so I don't know how real time, but I'm assuming he's going for real time now. I think he is. Real time, Smokery says. There you go. Smokery said, "Yeah, that's the downside of the spiral blur. The emissive does not come through." Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Smokery says it's treated as an opaque material, which of course blocks what's behind it. True. I like this version more than this one, but again, this is my opinion. You're the artist. But if you're worried because it's too transparent, fix that using the alpha inside of the material. knock the alpha back a little bit, and that'll give you more of this sort of look anyway. That's how I would do it. Having not used a spiral blur, not even actually heard of it before, I do it in the texture, and I do it by knocking back the opacity value a little bit. Sniper Girl says, back, got something to eat? Oh, what'd you get to eat, Sniper Girl? What are you eating? Tell us. I'm going to be doing... What am I doing? I think I might do... What am I going to have for lunch? I might have pasta, actually. Yeah, I might have some pasta, I think. Why not? I'll do chili for dinner on the weekend, I think. But I'll have pasta for lunch today. A hamburger helper. Ooh, nice. Smurfberry says that really won't fix it though. Smurfberry says inside will still be too detailed. I could manually blur out the textures. No, but what do you mean too detailed? If you change the opacity, it's going to blur out the interior to look more like this anyway. So change the opacity on this material. Make the opacity a little less opaque. Or is it a little more opaque? I can always get them mixed up. And it'll look more like this, so which will block out some of the detailing. That's my opinion. Chili this weekend. We all invited? You're all invited. Come to my place here. Jump on a plane. It's only, 18 hours or something from the US? Yes, I think I'll have chili. I like chili. I like spicy food. Must come from my days as working as a chef, because I used to always like using spices in my cooking. So I like spicy food. Hot food, Indian food, all that sort of stuff. Love it. Love it, love it. But I think I'll have pasta today for lunch. And I promise you, Smurfberry, if you get the opacity right, it won't be detailed. It'll look like this. But, again, my opinion. You do what you want. But it is looking very nice. Regardless. Very nice. Yeah, you see, I can see what you're saying. You don't see any emissive on this one at all. Using the spiral blur. No, I won't. No, it won't. Okay. You're like those kids that I mentor in the studio that think they know it all. Okay. Do it your way. When your way doesn't work, then come back to me. That's generally what I tell them. But I give them free rein to do it their way if they think it's going to be better. Hey, I'm always happy to be proven wrong. Okay, let's check out some of the stuff from Sniper Girl, and then we'll look at I'm just trying to work out what Edo posted. Okay, it's a 2-day sculpt. We'll look at Edo's stuff as well. But Sniper Girl has been prolific here with releasing stuff, so let's check that out. Okay, so this is Sniper Girl's welding, which I really like. I think it looks great. Yeah, it looks really nice. I like the detailing you put. I can see where you actually put some detailing on the welding here as well, which is a nice touch. Yep, looks great. This is another version from a different angle. Yeah, it does. It looks really nice. Love the detailing. Textured up, it's going to look amazing. And then we have a third one of the welding. Looks a bit closer again. Yeah, again, I really like the detailing here where you've where you've actually modelled in where the welding line would be between the two metal bars through here. Looks really cool. Nice touch. Really nice touch. Beck actually posted a video as well. I don't know if Beck's in the chat though. But jump on the Discord server and check out the video that Beck posted, because he's working on a game and it's looking really cool. Looking very, very cool. But if you are in chat, Beck, let me know and I will, I'll show it on screen. Yeah, no, it does. It looks incredibly cool. Jump on the Discord, guys and girls, to check out the video that Beck posted. That's the best thing, because there's other work from other people in the gallery section that you should check out too. Previous work, because some of you guys and girls have done some really, really nice stuff. And it's worth checking out by everyone. This is the plough part of Sniper Girl's van that she's creating. Yeah, again, really nice work here with the detailing. Really love it. Let's just look at it from a different angle. Yeah, it looks great. Very nice. And we've got a top view. Yeah, very nice work. Like, nice detailing. All these little details really help to sell a model. Sell it as in make it convincing. So yeah, it looks great. Thank you, Smurfroo, for popping the Discord link in there. Andrew Lust says, I was going to check out Beck's vid after the stream. Don't want to lag myself. Hey, I feel your pain. My potato internet, I know where you're coming from. Let's see if we can keep the stream going today without it crashing out like after an hour and 15 minutes like it has been the last couple of weeks. Again, don't know if they were Twitch problems, OBS problems, my potato internet, probably. We seem to be good so far though. Sniper Girl says, I think the plough I have about 8 to 10 hours in sculpting on it. Cookie is asking if it was ZBrush. It looks good. And Sniper Girl says, yes, ZBrush. And then there's this, what are we calling this? The blades for the tyre, which looks really cool. I love this model piece that sits inside of the tyre rim, the blades. Love it, looks great. And again, nice detailing here added to the metalwork. Really nice. I can see the work you put into detailing up the different bits and pieces here with the weld lines and the nicks and stuff in the metal. Call it a tyre guard? That's what I'll call it too then, Sniper Girl. Sounds good to me. We'll all call it a tyre guard. Andrew Dust says, locking in overtime on... Yes, she is, isn't she? She's going all out with her model. She's a machine. A machine, I tell you. An absolute machine. And this one down here, which I'm just going to check before we check out Ido's link. Nice. Yeah, this is actually sitting... Yeah, it looks great. It looks absolutely great. Love it. Love it. Can't fault it. Looks great. Sniper Girl says to Andrew, Lust a bit, looking at showing it off by itself and also in gas station scene. Yeah, it'll look amazing. Make sure you do one with which is just the van, because I'd like to see one with just the van. I think it'd be good for your portfolio too, just to have the van on its own, and then one in the scene with the gas station as well. Fill her up. I'm just going to check out this link now from Ido, which is, I believe, to Ido's art station. I believe. I hope. Nice. That's great, Ido. I love that. That is absolutely great. It's a 2-day sculpt, Ido was saying. The concept was by Chris Ayers. It looks amazing. I love it. I love the actual model, actually. The concept design is really cool. And you've modeled it very nicely. I love it. Absolutely love it. It looks great, Ito. I love it. I love the guy, Chris Ayres, he's done a really great concept design, and you've really done it justice. Your modelling is really nice. The model, the character, I love the character. The character is so, I don't know, so in your face and so cute at the same time. It's just, I love it. Love it. Nice occlusion shot there for the model. Yeah, it looks great. So this is Mr. Rare's concept art here. And you have done justice to his concept art. It looks great. My only critique maybe would be with your render here. It looks a little bit flat. Like the render looks a little flat. I'm not sure what you're rendering it in. So what I would do is I'd add a few more lights to the render. It looks to me like you're only using one light source at the moment. So you want to add a backlight and a rim light. It'll help to make the model a little bit more three-dimensional. Yeah, but it does. It looks great. And you're modeling, like I said, your modeling to the concept art is beautifully done. Yeah, no, it looks great. I'm not sure what 3D software are you using, Ito? So, two things, Ito. What is this rendered in? And what 3D software are you using? Okay, ZBrush is what you're using for the 3D software. And I'm assuming it's rendered in ZBrush as well. Is that what you're telling me? Okay, fine. No problem. All ZBrush. Okay. Alrighty. I actually have never done any rendering in ZBrush. I don't know how good the renderer is. I don't know. Can you add any more lights in ZBrush for their renderer? Could you add another 2 lights? If you can, that would be my suggestion. Add 2 more lights, put one behind the character and put one to the side of the character but slightly behind. And then you have your main light here. Or you could even move your main light maybe a little bit further forward. Just to help to bring the character out a little bit more. Because at the moment he's being lost a little bit in the grey of the background. And adding 2 more lights will just help to lift it up a bit more. But I'm not going to critique it. It looks amazing. Looks great. Beautiful work. Great character. Great character. And thank you for everyone for sharing your work. I do like looking at everything you guys are making, so... Cookie says, I think there's another fill light and a rim light by default. Just have to turn them on and adjust them. If that's the case, again, you guys know how much I love ZBrush, how often I try and get into ZBrush. If there is a rim light and if there is a backlight, then I'd turn them on. It'll help to bring your character forward, separate it a bit from the background. But aside from that, it looks amazing. Really amazing. So yeah, they would be my suggestions. But you don't have to. Look, this work is all yours. You guys do what you want. Yeah, I can give you my opinion as someone who's worked in 3D for a very long time. But at the end of the day, you're the artist. It's your artwork. They're your models. You present them how you want them. Constructive criticism, though, is always good. You can get with your own work. You can sort of You can have blinders sometimes. You can't see something because you've looked at it so much. And that's where it helps to have other people look at your stuff just to give their opinion. And you can either take it on board or completely ignore them. But just thank you guys and girls for showing your work. I do love it all. It looks great. Okay, so now I'm because I want two separate textures for these two different pieces of the columns. I'm not going to copy the UV across. I'm going to create a new UV map for this one. Sniper Girl says, honestly didn't know you could do lighting in ZBrush. I knew you could do lighting. I knew you could do rendering. I've never done it in ZBrush. If I'm going to do any rendering, it's generally going to be in a 3D program like Max. I did know you could do it though. But I've never done it, personally. If their render is as good as their interface, then I can only imagine just how much joy it will be to use. Oh, terrible, Phil. You're terrible, Phil. You know, they had an opportunity to improve their interface by releasing 2019, going to their hellish subscription model. What did they do? Nothing. They did nothing. They left everything exactly the same way. Didn't change a thing. Way to go, Pixologic. You keep that wonderful interface forever. I know I'm going to get ZBrush hate because I know people love ZBrush. And listen, like I said, if you're sculpting, it is one of the best programs to use. But the interface, I'm sorry, is absolute crap. I've never used anything quite so rubbish in my life. And I've used a lot of software. But that interface, whoa. Okay, let's send this piece over to Horizon UV. Okay, let us unwrap it, unfold it, and pack it. Check our UVs. Columns could be better. I mean, they're not terrible, but they're not great. Android Lost says the ZBrush can also do various render passes that you can export to Photoshop. Well, that's cool. Sniper Girl says, I love ZBrush. I don't like the interface. Yeah, no, I'm the same. I like the program, I just don't like the interface. Sniper Girl says, I couldn't get the detail on the van without ZBrush, but yeah, again, I love the program. ZBrush is the best at sculpting. If you want to sculpt meshes up, ZBrush, you can use Mudbox. Mudbox is good, but ZBrush is better. But the interface of ZBrush is so bad. Android Lost says, I grew to like the interface after spending a long time customizing it, so I don't have to search for stuff. You know, again, you can, they do give you that option. You can customize it, set up shelves and stuff for your commonly used stuff. That is true. Cookie says, yeah, that's the trick with ZBrush. The default setup is not very friendly. Sniper Girl says, that's my problem. I haven't taken the time to adjust the interface. That's my problem as well, I think. I'm the same. I haven't taken the time to adjust the interface either. I'm not, I'm happy with the way it's textured the top. I'm not really happy with what it's done with the columns. Yeah, it looks like it's sort of broken them up more than they need to be. So I think what I might do is we may have to make some alterations by hand, I think. Let's have a look here. Android Lost says to Cookie, just say it how it is. The default is trash. Edo says, it took me like an hour to set up my ZBrush interface. Sniper Girl says, is there a way to have it save your favorite brushes? Yeah, there is. I set mine up on the shelf at the bottom. Brushes. Now there's a ZBrush history. Just wondering if you can save the favorite few brushes. Sniper Girl says, oh wow, that's it, an hour? Andrew Doss says, yes, there is. So you can set up... I set up my... Let's jump into ZBrush just for a second to have a look. Because because we all love ZBrush so much. And this is ZBrush 2019, by the way, as well. God, I'm hot. I wonder if I got a fever. I'm feeling hot. So yeah, I set up a shelf down here where I drag all of my favorite brushes into, which is about as far as I've customized the interface, really. But so, all the brushes I use frequently, I've set shortcuts to down the bottom. Cookie says, oh my god, ZBrush stream, that's right. Sniper Girl says, I still need to update to 2019. I heard the remesh is better. Yeah, the remesher is better. They've improved texture painting if you want to use ZBrush to do texture painting. What else have they done? There is another improvement as well. I think it might be to do with alpha maps or something. Decimation, something to do with that, I think. Sniper Girl says, still need to upgrade. Oh my god, ZBrush stream. Yes, that's right. Edo says, give me 2019. Edo says, I need the cell shade material. Yeah, that's the other thing they added too, the cell shading stuff, which is also in Max and it's also in Eon View. They're all adding those shading things now. I don't know why. I never use them, but I'm sure some people might. Edo wants to use them, so he obviously does. Sniper Girl says, who the hell does textures in ZBrush? I agree. If you want to texture something up, use Substance Painter or use Mari. That's what they were built for. But they have improved the texture painting in 2019, but I haven't used it. But yeah, so I just throw shortcuts to my commonly used brushes down here at the bottom. And that way I don't have to worry about going through here or going through my brush history and all that sort of rubbish. And I also load up that mouse plugin so I can navigate my models without having to use these horrid shortcut keys here at the side. I can just throw my model down and then use my mouse to navigate around like a normal 3D program, Pixelogic. None of this, let me hit this button to move and let me hit this button to rotate. Come on. Come on. No, I don't want to save my cylinder. I think I can live with losing my cylinder. Oh, wow. So, yeah, that's right. We're doing this, aren't we? We are... What are we doing? Edo says, I'll teach you ZBrush 2019. You do that, Edo. I need someone to teach me ZBrush. I'll be jumping into it soon enough. I'm just going to see if I can't fix these textures up by hand. It might actually be quicker for me to jump into Max to do this, to be honest with you. This program is good for doing automatic unwraps. It's not terrible. Max's UV mapper is built on this. Autodesk bought the rights to the guy that wrote this program and incorporated that into the Unwrap UVW inside of 3D Studio Max. So I'm not saying that this is a bad UV interface. It's not. It's good. I'm just going to see if we can't weld these columns to make them a little bit more easy, to make them look a little better anyway. Because it broke the columns up into 4 pieces. It really shouldn't have done that. It's not the best way to texture map a column. Oh, cool. Android Lust. Sniper Girl's saying, how much did they actually really change in 2019? Not a lot. I mean, they've added some, like I said, Z remesher and stuff has been improved. They've improved some stuff. They've added a few new things. But I have heard people complaining that they haven't added enough new stuff to call it a new version. It really should have been called more like a point update, like the other ones were. Android Dust says, I'm going to post a screenshot of my ZBrush user interface to Discord. Okay. Do that. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at Android Lust's user interface in this. Android Lust ZBrush interface that he's just posted to Discord. I'll get it out eventually. Wow, you really have modified your interface, haven't you? So we have our standard tools here. You've got your shelf with your quick brushes down here. Nice. But do you get where I'm coming from, guys, with the ZBrush interface? Even modifying it to your liking, it's incredibly busy. Look at that interface. Look at that interface, and now look at Max's interface. You see how clean Max is? That's what I take issue with ZBrush. It's just so busy. They've got so much stuff hidden everywhere that you've got to pull out, and then someone new to 3D who isn't an expert like you, Android Lust, or anyone that uses ZBrush regularly, would look at that and they would just they wouldn't be able to use it. They look at all those buttons everywhere, all those things everywhere. Now, I'm not saying this is your interface, Android Lust. This is ZBrush. The problem with ZBrush's interface in general, there's just too much hidden within menus, and if you try and pull it out, then there's just too much on the screen. You get confused. It looks. It's just too much. It's too much. Pardon me. Yeah. Sniper Echo says, Sniper Echo, it's good to see you, buddy. I didn't notice you in there. Thank you. How are you, Sniper? Are you good? Sniper Echo says, yeah, everyone I know that had ZBrush says 2019 update is a joke. Hey, if I had to pay for it, I wouldn't. The studio pays for my license, so why not? I'll install the new version. But if it was my money, then no, I probably wouldn't have. It's the only reason I really use ZBrush is because the studio allows me to, because they buy the license to allow me to use it. But yeah, I've heard people say it's not much of an update to justify paying for a new version, because although you can rent it now, they've gone subscription. Isn't that wonderful, boys and girls? You know, you can subscribe to ZBrush now and never own it, just like Autodesk and Adobe and all the rest of them. Algorithmic, Substance Painter. Andrew Lost says, the Sniper Girl folders are added. Folders, yeah, actually folders is not a new feature as well. That's really the only thing that I really enjoy. Andrew Lost says it's a mess, but it's usable for me. Again, I mean, it's only a mess because that's the way Pixelogic make their program interface. They could overhaul it, they could make it much cleaner and much simpler and more user-friendly, more... I don't know. Is there a user interface designer working at Pixelogic? Now, I know about user interface design because that was one of my subjects when I was doing my my degree. So trust me when I tell you, whoever the user interface person is at Pixelogic, they're doing a pretty poor job. This is not good user interface design. Not the way you've laid it out, Android Lust. Just the user interface itself of ZBrush. You'll post yours, Edo? Okay, let me have. We're all posting our interface designs. Good. What have you got? What have you posted here? Sniper Echo? Pardon me. This is yours, Sniper Echo? Yes, post yours as well, Edo. We can compare everybody's user interface in ZBrush. You saw mine before. This is Sniper Echo. This is not ZBrush. You cheeky little monkey, Sniper Echo. This is not ZBrush. This is Blender. Oh, but you see how nice and clean Blender's interface is? That is good interface design. You're so cheeky. Where are we? What are we doing? Yes, Sniper Girl says, yeah, with Max you only have to go through a menu after menu. And you do. You're so cheeky. And you both of you are going to get a pill slap for that. You both deserve a pill slap. Did my pill slap not go off? Why did my pill slap not go off? Well, you're spared because for some reason, I think because of me restarting OBS, it's the WebSocket connection has gone down, so you get a virtual pill slap. There you go. We'll go back to the olden days of how I used to hand out those slaps. 2 slaps for each of you. And I'll look at why my thing isn't working after the stream. Sniper Echo says that's how sculpting starts in Blender. Cookie says Blender, good interface, I don't believe. Sniper Girl says LOL. You just deserve a pill slap anyway, Sniper Echo. Sniper Echo says, what did I do? Yeah, no, this interface is nice and clean. I like that. Blender's interface here. But anyway, and that's enough about ZBrush. We will be using it. I'll be using it soon to do those stairs. I just want to do some damage on the steps. Okay, let me see. Oh, is my air conditioning not working? Wow, I'm feeling so hot. Oh. Mon Dieu. Sniper says Mon Dieu. Yeah, now what am I doing here with these UV maps? This is what I think I'm going to do. Let me see if I can go back. No, I'm just not sure how many undos are in this program. Not enough. Not enough. I'm just going to close this down. I don't want to save this file. I'm going to go back to Max and re-export that model again. Because we're going to try texturing it up just a little bit differently. I really didn't like what it was doing with the texture mapping of the column pieces, so I've got to find where everything is again. They keep moving stuff around every time they update this software. So I'm going to... why have you moved everything on me? Projections, texture multi, island groups. I don't think that's the one I want. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to check my air conditioning to make sure it's working, because I'm really hot. I won't be a sec. Okay, sorry about that. I don't think it was working, you know. I wasn't feeling cold air coming out of it, and occasionally it decides to have a mind of its own, like all electronics tend to at some stage or another. And it doesn't blow cold air. It's working now. I can feel it. I was wondering why am I sweating? Am I getting hot flushes? What's going on? You got to remember too, I'm in a room here with 3 computers going at the moment, so I guess and lights because of the green screen, so it tends to get quite warm without my AC. I needs it. It's okay whether it's if it's on ZBrush. Android L says, honestly, when I first tried ZBrush, I had to absolutely force myself to use it. I thought the pros can use it. Surely I can. Yeah, the only reason I use it is because I have to. If I didn't have to, I probably wouldn't. Where's your ban? How does Sniper Echo says? I don't know if a mod can ban a mod or not. I wouldn't put it to the test. Actually, I don't think it is island groups I'm looking for. Why must they move everything around? Why? Not grid, not multi-tile. Andrew Lust says to Sniper Girl, I also saved my first sculpt as a tool like an idiot. Sniper Ricky says, I tried it once and said I'd go back to Blender's sculpting user interface. ZBrush is awful. Android Lust says, or maybe I saved it as a 2D document. Oh man, that 2D... Why do they have that in ZBrush? What is with this dropping to the canvas rubbish? Are you a 3D program or not? Pixel Logic, is it a 3D program or not? Get rid of the 2D canvas crap. No one uses it. No one uses it. You watch, I'm going to get hate mail now, hate emails from people saying, I use the 2D canvas, how dare you? Snap's going to put it to the test. Snappy Girl says, honestly starting to really like ZBrush, especially after working in it for as long as I have for the band. Sniper Echo says, yeah, although I kind of don't like the fact that Blender default is so similar to mine. Sniper Girl says to Sniper Echo, yeah, I can't ban mods. Tried before. Can't ban myself either. Tried that. Well, don't go banning yourself or other mods, or I'll ban you all. Sniper Echo says, it's okay, we won't hold it against you, at least none of us that will be living in the van. Andrew Lust says, Blender, no, Maya user interface is glorious. Now, where is this thing that I'm looking for? They're not island groups, I thought it was, but it's not. Where have they moved it to? Why do they do this? Oh, here we go, they moved it up here. Wow, so annoying. Anyway. That's not what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. Sniper Girl says to Sniper Echo, that's cool. Have an epic band to run over zombies in. Do you guys still watch The Walking Dead? Are any of you guys still into that show? Or are you guys over that now? Because I have to say I'm getting a bit over The Walking Dead now. It's just getting a bit boring. I was a big fan for a very long time. But yeah, I'm just getting a bit bored with it all now. Let's do a cut here. I'm going to do the cuts here on the inside that face the walls, so we don't see them. it's so much better. I feel so much cooler. Can't believe I've been streaming with no air conditioning running. Wow. Sniper Echo says, honestly, some of the user interface is so slow in Blender 2.8, it takes so long to do stuff, mainly because you have to click around the user interface. I thought you said something else there. I had to read it twice. Click around. He said click around. Wow. Sniper says, hell yeah, we can throw copies of ZBrush at zombies. We'll be fine. It's been about 2 seasons since you watched Sniper Girl. Yeah, you're not missing much. I've watched everything up to the new season here, and I'm not really enthused to keep watching the new season, this current season, because it's just so boring. I mean, most of the show is them talking about some fair that they're going to go to at Hilltop or Kingdom. I can't remember. I get them confused. It's incredibly boring. They've lost it. They've lost it. Lost what made them good, which is zombies. Too much drama, not enough zombies. That's what I take issue with. Too much drama, not enough zombies. I watch The Walking Dead because I want to see zombies. Snappy Girl says, what program are you using to UV? I am using Rhizome UV. I haven't spoken about it for a while, so I'll tell anyone new that's watching what it is. My regulars will know. It used to be called Unfold 3D. It's called Rhizome UV now. You can download a free 30-day trial from their website here. Look at my potato internet. Look how slowly it's loading up this website. There we go. I'll throw a link in chat so you guys can check it out. So this is the program I'm using. There are 2 versions, one virtual spaces, one real spaces. If you're doing games work, you want to use virtual spaces. If you're working with CAD models, then you want to use real spaces, but virtual spaces is the one I use. It's a subscription, you can buy it, or you can subscribe every month, like everybody else now. And you can grab a free 30-day trial to test it out if you want to. It is very good. It's the best unwrapped software that I've actually used, and I've used a few. Pardon me. You're asking because you don't like UV mapping in Maya, Sniper Girl? I feel that. I hate it as well. That's why I use it, because I love their automatic unwrap tools. They're really useful. Like if I can just hit a button and get it to do an unwrap on its own, that's heaven to me. Again, I'm just doing these seams on the inside of these columns. Yeah, so it is. I've used a lot of different UV wrapping software, unwrapping software, and this is the best I've used. Snappy Girl says, yeah, I agree. The reason for watching was zombies. That's right. Yeah, do give it a try. Download the trial and try it out. It's very good. Sniper Girl says, thanks for trying. Sniper Girl says, thinking anything might be better than doing it in Maya. Sniper Girl says, I'll create an account with them when I'm ready to UV the advanced mesh. Yeah, do that, but if you don't want to give them your details, just give them a throwaway email address, like, you know, a Gmail that you don't use, or a Yahoo or something, if you're worried about your details. That's generally what I do with companies that make me give them my email before I can try their software. I'll give you my email, just won't be the email address that I actually use. Sniper says, I've been using it with Blender. There's an add-on that works with the same way it does with Max. Yes, there is. And there's also one for Cinema 4D, the same sort of add-on that I use in Max for Cinema 4D that works with it. You're okay with giving it your normal email, Sniper Girl? Well, that's fine. I don't trust a lot of these companies. I don't, you know, if I just want to troll their software, why do I have to give them my email? Why? Explain. I just want to try your software. What if I don't want to use your software? You know? What happens then? You've got my email address. Are you going to start spamming me? And that's really what I dislike. I don't like being spammed. And they tend to spam you if they think once you give them your email address, it gives them the right to, you know, to spam you. Okay, now this one I'm going to use the automatic tools here to do an unwrap on. Let's try this one here. Let's throw down a checker pattern. Okay, now the top is okay. I'm just going to go back to show all. You didn't do that, did you? Just going back. Oh. Wait, what's the redo? What's the redo? Control Shift Z. I'm going to redo all of that. Okay. Now I'm going to select these. Actually, I'm going to select these. And this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Let's isolate those. Now we should be able to just do an unwrap on this, I think. No. No. It keeps wanting to do its own thing. I'm just going to separate this up a little bit more. So let's start with this one. Let's unfold it, optimize it, unpack it. We're getting a little stretching at the top and the bottom. So let's just cut the top piece out.
go insane. I go insane. 'Cause they told me you take too much. Yeah, I sure do, so I can feel that now.
Somebody else says I'm paranoid, not that paranoid, talking about giving your email address out to companies to download trials of their software. Snappy Girl says, if they spam me, I'll tell them to stop. If they fail to stop, then I'll just contact a lawyer and take them to court. Well, that is true, because it is against the law to be spammed. It's against the law for them not to have an unsubscribe feature as part of their mail out. But I've come across companies that ignore that. You know, companies where their unsubscribe button doesn't work. It doesn't unsubscribe you. You continue getting spam emails from them trying to sell you crap. So I just try and avoid the whole thing now by not giving them my email address to begin with.
I ain't got no friends, I ain't got nobody. All I got ahead is a moonlit road. When the downtown lights
I actually prefer to be able to download software without giving my email address to anyone. I don't really know why they need your email address. They don't need it.
lose my mind.
If it's a trial, they could offer it without an email, without requiring you to give them your email address.
'Cause they told me you take too much. Yeah, I sure do, so I can feel that now. If they only knew
They just want it to market to try and sell you more crap, basically. Amazon can be pretty bad as well. I've opted out of all of their stuff, and once you opt out, that's fine. But if you don't opt out, Amazon send spam emails to you wanting you to buy stuff. I was getting like 3 a day. It was insane. It's like, no, Amazon, stop it. If I want to buy something, I'll go to Amazon and I'll look for it. And particularly groceries. They're trying to really flog groceries now. Did you know how Amazon recently purchased Whole Foods or whatever they were? Or maybe it was some other brand, I don't know. I don't buy my groceries through Amazon. I go to a supermarket to buy my groceries.
all I got ahead is a moonlit road.
Now electronics, I buy electronics through Amazon.
A moonlit road.
Okay, let's get it to unfold, optimize, and pack. And that's better. Now we've got a nice clean UV map. Let's jump out of isolation mode. Let's do these ones. Okay, let's unfold, optimize and pack. And let's cut the tops off of these ones. Sniper Girl says I also buy electronics through Amazon. Did the grocery thing as well, but that was when I was a student and didn't have a lot of time to go shopping. Sniper Girl says got food delivered to the door. Yeah, our supermarket can deliver to your door as well, not just like if you want to buy groceries in Australia, you can get the supermarket to deliver to your door. I don't do that either. Mainly because I live in an apartment, you guys know that. And there are 2 security doors between where my apartment is and where the street is, where they deliver the groceries to. So it's just too inconvenient for me to go down and lug these groceries through 2 security doors and back up to the apartment. It's just easier for me to go directly to the supermarket, buy it all there, and then bring it all back with me. while I'm at it.
Step by step, you walking through the door. Turn on the light. You're on of moves on the dance floor. Just give up. You know it's time for you to go. 'Cause you lost this battle. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me.
But I could see how it could be handy for some people if they get their stuff delivered to them from Amazon, their groceries. But Amazon delivers so much stuff now. I mean, Mr. Bezos wants to take over the world. I think he said actually he wants to be he wants to do distribution for every market on the planet or something along those lines. So he's not thinking small. He wants to be the go-to. He wants Amazon to be the go-to place for everything, for delivery of everything. One. I wonder. Oh no, we'll keep going. I was going to say I could do it another way by selecting the top and bottom and doing a detach that way. We'll keep going the way we have been. Android Lost is saying, why don't you like UV mapping in Maya again? To Sniper Girl? Well, if she's anything like me, it's just monotonous, tedious and boring. That's the reason I hate UV mapping. Really important, but really boring, really monotonous. Time consuming. I'm sure there is. I could probably select the top edge as one object and do a detach, do a cut that way as well, Sniper Girl. It's not too bad. It's a little monotonous, but it's not too bad. Considering most of the UV mapping is being taken care of automatically, I don't mind spending a bit of time doing it this way. I think we've got them all done. Let's do an unwrap, an optimize and a pack. And now we've got our nice clean UV map again. Let's show them all. Okay, now I'm going to get it to do these bits automatically. I'm not going to do them by hand. Let's isolate them. And that's the wrong one. Let's get it to do an unwrap. And let's show everything. And let's get it to do a pack. Let's get rid of the orange line, and there we go. Now we've got much cleaner unwrap. Let's send that back. Sniper Girl is saying, by the time I get ready to UV, I'm in a hurry to do textures. Yeah. Well, it's just one of those things with 3D. You've got to do it, unless you're using P-Texas or something, which doesn't require a UV map. If you P-Tex your model, you're going to need a UV map, it's really important to get your textures to look good. A good UV map is really important, because if it's not UV mapped really well, then it's going to be you're going to have a real problem texturing it. I'm just going to check the UV mapping on this one by throwing a checker pattern down. I want to see. This one did the same sort of thing. It split it up a little bit. I'm also going to throw a texture pattern on this one. I'm going to compare the two. Yeah, now you see the texture pattern on the columns. I'm looking at the columns more than anything. Is nice and even because we went to the trouble of doing it by hand. Whereas this one, it's not great. So I'm going to see if we can't copy our UV maps between them. I'm going to throw an unwrap UVW down. Copy it. Now we may not be able to do this. So and we can't. It won't accept the UV map between the two different models, which I had a feeling that's what it would do. So what I'm going to do is, instead of me sending this to Rhizome UV, retexture mapping those columns, I'm just going to copy the one we've already done. So I'm going to make sure I'm in local mode. Just going to shift and drag a copy out. I'm going to mirror it because we need it to be facing the other way. I'm going to rename this one New Col UV, so I know what I'm working with and what it's about. Let's just line it up. Okay, let's delete the old one. Is that one? Haha. I see. Well, let's see if we can do a flip. I really should have done that before I removed the old one. We can make it work though. That should be good. Now we've got our UVs again. So even though I've copied the same UV map, I'm going to create two separate texture maps for each of these columns plus one more, so we'll have 3. So we've got some variation when we start moving around the outside. Sniper Girl says my roll cage is made of several cylinders, each going to have all the lines straight, so the bake looks right. Good. Sniper Girl is asking, is your work still emailing you, calling you for urgent messages? They've stopped the emails, but they do want me to contact them. So I will do that. I will contact them. I will contact them. What 8 new messages? What's going on here with Discord? What are you saying, Discord? Let's just copy our plain texture back, so we don't need the texture, the checker texture again now. We can see our UV mapping. I don't think, apart from even the steps are UV mapped, we just got to take them into ZBrush. I think everything else here is mapped now because it's all white, which means it's UV mapped. So that's good. I think we've done our UV mapping. I don't think there are any other bits that need to be UV mapped now. I'll go through them tomorrow. We'll go through the bits and pieces, but I'm pretty sure everything else is UV mapped. But we don't want to lose what we've done, so let's make sure we do a quick save here. Yes, always save Smurfery, that's right. Particularly if you turn auto-save off like I do. You must remember to save. Otherwise... Actually, I was working in Photoshop the other day, a couple of days ago. I was doing some work in Photoshop. And I'd done a bunch of work on this image. And then I thought, I want to close Photoshop now, I'm done. And I turned auto-save off on everything. So I went to close Photoshop down. But Photoshop does warn you, are you sure you want to close without just saving this document? And because I thought it was just this other thing that I didn't need, I said no. So Photoshop closed down and I lost all the work I'd done in that document. So even when it warns you, at least me anyway, maybe it's just my head, the way it works, even though it warned me, I still said no and I still lost all that work. I was so annoyed with myself, you've got no idea. Thankfully, it was only I'd only done like about an hour's work on it, so I only lost an hour's worth. But man, was I annoyed with myself? Guessing it that they heard me say my time. I'm sure they do occasionally watch my stream. I'm sure that they'll say something. It'll be fine. I'll get onto them now. I'll give them a call. Always save Smurfery, that's right. But I think we might leave it there for today, guys and girls. I do want to thank you, though, for hanging out with me, being here and watching. I do appreciate it. I will be back on again tomorrow. We'll pick up where we left off here and get these steps into ZBrush to finish them all. We will do it tomorrow. Android Lost says another hour's work is too much to lose for me, but I'd still do it again. You uploaded Edo? Oh, okay. Edo uploaded his ZBrush interface. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look just before I leave. Because we've looked at everybody else's ZBrush, so let's have a look at Edo's. Nice. Actually, that's nice and clean. Well, as clean as you can get it in ZBrush anyway. You get your shortcuts down here, like I do. Yeah. Nice. Still, ZBrush's interface in general is crap. But again, all of these interfaces are on the Discord server, guys and girls. Check them out. Nice layout though, Edo. No problem, Sniper Girl. Thank you again, guys and girls, for being here, watching. You keep it simple, Edo. Yeah, and it does look simple. Well, as simple as you can get a ZBrush interface anyway. Our stream didn't cut out today, so that's something. Yeah. My potato internet held up. Wow. Who would have guessed it in Australia? You guys have a great night, day, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. Take care, guys. See ya.